Okay, this is week 2, web 290. Just wanted to get you started as far as on practice lab and homework. Practice lab as a PDF lab just gives you on this PDF document some basics that you need to know about PDF or PHP, and I'll go over that real quick. So PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. It's open source, embedded code, comparable with ASP, and you can run on multiple operating systems and web servers. A couple web resources for you, php.net, rocks.com. So what can it do? You have dynamic generation of web page content, email, text processing. Fundamentals in PHP, you're going to have embedded tags, lesser than symbol, question mark, PHP, and then make sure and end with a question mark greater than symbol. The short version is this here. Each line of PHP is terminated like MySQL with a semicolon. Same thing if you had C++. So here is a hello world PHP test. You've got your PHP tags, an echo statement, hello RVC. P tags are basic HTML paragraph tags. End statement, terminator, question mark, greater than symbol, and body and HTML. So you'll notice how PHP is embedded within HTML code here, which is used a lot in PHP development. So preparing code with PHP, a couple things you need to note. One is the fact that all strings must be enclosed in a single or double quote. Numbers are not enclosed in quotes. Booleans can be written directly as true, false. Here's comments that are available, as in C++. Pound symbol is also a comment. This is also multi-line comment. Here's your end and beginning comment tag for multi-line. This is actually recommended over the pound symbol. So, first PHP code, you could actually take this code, put it in a notepad document, save it as hello.php, and run it from your XAMPP directory inside of htdocs. Displaying data, there's two ways to display data. One is print, the other is echo. It can be used with or without brackets. Data displayed by PHP is actually parsed by the processor or browser in HTML. View source to see the actual output. So here we have PHP code using echo and print both, and all four will work. Escape characters. Some characters considered special are the escape characters. Special characters will be flagged when they arise. For example, a double or single quote belongs to the group. Here's some escape characters. We want to print out Claire O'Reilly said hello. So in order to do that, you need to have some escape characters in there because of the apostrophe and the embedded hello. So that's what the escaping characters are used for. So variables, what are they? When working in PHP, we often need a label place to store a variable, like a number, string, whatever. So we put it in multiple places. These labeled places are called variables. And you have to have a dollar symbol followed by the variable name. It's case sensitive. If you have a lowercase v variable, uppercase v is going to be different. I would stick to lowercase just to be sure on everything, on all your variables. Names also must start with a letter or an underscore, followed by any number of letters, numbers, or underscores. But a variable cannot start with a number. So here we have a couple variables, name and age. Name is pre-populated with the value Phil. Age is pre-populated with the value 23. Now because of the value Phil is a string, name is a string. Value 23 is a number, age is going to be an integer. It's going to be numeric. We echo fill, echo is, spaces on both sides just for aesthetic, whatever age. So fill is 23 is what it should kick out. Constants. Unchangeable variables can also be defined. Each constant is given a name. By convention, constant names are usually in uppercase. So if we have some constants here, define name in all caps is fill, define age is 23, echo name is age, fill is 23. So that's how you declare defined constants. The or statement. There is difference between strings written in single or double quotes. The or statement meaning should you have single quotes or double quotes. In a double quoted string, any variable names are expanded to their value. In a single quoted string, no variable expansion takes place. So here's fill in single quotes. And echoing name is age. Fill is 23. Here we have echoing name is age. Notice it kicks out what you echoed. It doesn't kick out the actual content, where in this case we're actually using single quotes, and that's why. When you use double quotes, it actually utilizes the variables. Like it says, double quote. In a double quoted string, any variable names are expanded to their value. In a single quoted string, no variable expansion takes place whatsoever. So review, we learned a little bit about PHP, escaping, HTML, comments, basic syntax, variables, and constants. You should have already installed XAMPP. Notice most of you already have your servers up and going, your web server is external up and going, and XAMPP installed locally. Now I want to talk about the next thing, which is the first PHP example. Basically is this here, which is, I'll expand it into the next tab here. Chuck Honkle is 301 years in dog years. I'll download this zip file to show you the code on this, and then we'll look at it. Pretty simple. So here we have, and I just want to focus on this portion here only. Basic HTML title, head tag, body tag, beginning PHP tag, name Chuck Conkle, age 43, and then dog age is age times 7, echoes my name, echoes is with space on both sides, echoes dog age, and then echo in dog years. Pretty simple. Now for the take home, I'm not going to read, I'll let you read this on your own on the PHP reading, which goes over practical PHP examples on variables and such, and also PHP basics on passing variables via query string, which is what this exercise does. I want to jump right into week 2. You're going to create a folder in your XAMPP htdocs. Let me show you what mine looks like here real quick. I'll go to my htdocs in XAMPP, and that's where your root server is installed, or your root of your website's installed, htdocs. Here's my web290. I have my stuff in projects. Here's week 2, and then here's the 2 files needed for week 2, index and hello who. So let's go ahead and go to that real quick. Index is the first one. It's a main page that users will see. When you go to this site, let's go ahead and go there real quick. This is what it looks like. Choose a beetle to greet Paul, John, George, and Ringo. So, pretty basic right now. In fact, this entire page is made up of entirely HTML, no PHP whatsoever. Even though we're saving it with the extension PHP. No HTML or PHP code in there. We have a list here of hyperreference to hello-who.php, question mark, which is getting ready now to pass a variable through a URL, Beetle equals Paul. Next one's Beetle equals John, Beetle equals George, and Beetle equals Ringo. So let's see how it's passed to this hello-who.php file. So when it comes to this site, notice PHP code at the top. Beetle is a declaration variable equals the get symbol, getting Beetle from the URL is what it's going to basically be doing. Everything after the question mark, it's going to be getting. And so in this case, it's looking for Beetle, and it's going to pull in Paul, John, George, or Ringo, just depending on which one they click on. Then it's going to go into basic HTML. We do have some PHP code in the actual title. We're echoing the Beetle name that's gotten here, and then also echoing it here. Hello, whatever the Beetle name is. So we're going back to the example. Notice the URL here, hello-who.php, question mark Beetle, Paul. So Paul is actually, with the get statement in PHP here, gets, for the contents of Beetle, Paul, and that's why it's kicked out here Paul, because it declares Paul here, grabs Paul here in the variable Beetle, echoes it here, and also here as well. Now once you're through with this lab, as far as placing it on your site, everyone, as far as your navigation for your site, I sent you a link of some suggestions. We'll look at some here. In fact, we'll look at the one I gave you a suggestion of. In fact, we go to web290. I don't have everybody's updated yet, but we'll do Brian's. Here's his week 2, which is this week. Notice how he just kicks it up right here to the top, and you can use a frame site or however you want to do it. This is loading, looks like in a frame, internal frame site, which is fine, just as long as it's loaded in there. And that's it. So once you've got your site running locally, then you can just upload it externally. I am going to show you probably by the weekend a way to manage your web server with one file called PHP file thingy. Until then, you can log into your host and upload everything via PHP, via FTP, or you can log into it and use the file manager there. Most students like to use the FTP. It's a lot easier. So your structure locally on your computer, once you get it running on your computer like you like, and everything's working, you'll basically be just uploading the contents of your htdocs, and if you have a folder called web290 like me, you're going to basically be uploading the entire folder into your external site. This will be my web290 site that I've uploaded to mine. So that's how your structure will be. Whatever local structure you have, I tell students just to upload the entire folder to your external site. And then once you've got that uploaded, you're basically going to go to the bottom here and submit, as Brian has, a direct link to your website. Now if you have a navigation in there, which all of you do, I'll just click on that link and you're good to go. And then I'll give you the points value and you're set. So that's week 2. If you do have any questions, definitely email me. And next week, looking forward to control structures, and then also helping you getting started with a podcast. I'm hoping to get it to you a little sooner next week. I've been helping students this week in 276. Been helping an instructor with that. So next week I hope to get your podcast for week 3 to you by Monday on control structures. But if you do need help or need any suggestions on anything or any guidance on anything, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you next week.